Hello, and welcome to Lesson 3, made by the American Institute of Techniques and Management. In this lesson, I will be widely concentrating on the topic of tables and everything that is associated with this topic. First off, I would like to talk a bit about the things I might have missed in Lesson 1 and 2 about Excel. So, for now, we will not be using Lesson 1 anymore. So let's just move it somewhere else, yeah? And let's turn on by double-clicking the Excel file. Okay, as you can see on your front desk right now, Excel has popped out a new window. This is a new feature of Excel 2013, and it allows very personalized and very specific to goal files to work for you. Well, first off, as you might have noticed, there are some those files are named below, so the theme of each and every file is written under them. So please feel free just to open them and check them out, how they work. Maybe you need some event budget or a daily schedule file for you. Okay, but this is not the topic for now. Let's just double click on the typical blank workbook because that's what we'll be doing. And in this workbook, what we need to do is first off, we need to put in some data because we will be working a lot on data today. So let's begin with maybe A2 because in A1, B, and C, typically you want to put in the name of the table. So let's write down 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I want to show you first off before we begin the table is how we can create vast amount of data that is really typical, like from 1 to 20 or from 15 to 28 or anything like that. Just numbers which are going on one after another, and you would have to spend a lot of time just typing them down. What you can do is grab the numbers you have here, grab the lower right corner of the data, hold the left mouse button, and just drag them down. Please notice in the right corner right now the numbers are shown. What will happen here actually? The numbers will be generated automatically. This is a really fast and it works for many jobs you have. Let us put in some extra data to the right column. Let's say 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's cover this data and do the same. Just drag and drop. Okay. And just to show you how it works, let's put in some different variations. Let's say 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 10. What I did here is I skipped every third number. For example, 1, 2, 3 is missing, 4, 5, 6 is missing, 7, 8, 9 is missing. So what I want from Excel is to actually do the same thing for the forward numbers. I have to tell you right now that this won't work, and the reason is this method is simply not that advanced. It is very simple, and here you can see the variation that Excel thinks I wanted, but it's wrong. But let's leave the data as it is because this effect I really need it for the next thing I'm going to show. In the last lesson, we covered mainly this part of the Home tab. For the table to be created, we have to jump to a different one. So first off, what you want to do is mark the area you have. Okay, So what you want to do also is change the tab you're in right now. Typically you're in the Home tab. You want to go to the Insert tab. So let's click it and change the Visual tab right now. Okay, this is the Insert tab. As you might have noticed, there's one button called Table. This is the fastest and easiest way. I won't be talking about the pivot table or the recommended pivot tables because this is an expert or at least more advanced tutorial to be made for this. So let's just push the table. Excel asked me if the area that is in my table, that this actually is the data I want to put into the table. Okay, so let's just push OK. Now, what happened here? Well, first off, as you can see, we switched the tab. Why did this happen? Well, if we went back to Insert, there aren't really so many options for this simple table button. It doesn't really allow us to edit or do anything else with the table itself. This option actually pops out in many other situations, for example, with creating charts, but we will talk more about this later. So, as you can see, the table has been created over here. What I want you to do right now is do the same thing, just put in some data with drag and drop, choose maybe 3, maybe 4 tables, whatever is convenient for you. If you want this table to be wider, do so, because I want this table actually to be a bit wider too. I'll do the copy paste right now. Okay, great. You can see the names of the columns being the same. This is because we just copied the exact name. Usually in more advanced options you want the columns to have different names because you can do operations regarding the name of the column. Just have that in mind. It's best that each column has a different name. Okay, so let's go back to our design options. So what you can see here, first off, your table name. This table name is table 2. Basically, because I copied this table, you can see that Excel sees these 2 tables as 2 separate ones. Okay, we do not need to change that for now. What else can you see? We can resize the table. We have basically 4 separate areas of changes we can do for the table addition, which are tools, external table data, table style options, and more table style. Okay, first off, let's have some fun maybe with the styles options. Let us just cover the area, and after doing so, let's see the table styles. So first off, the table styles are separated in 3 separate sections. First off is the light section, second off is the medium section, and third off you have the dark section. Why this is separated like this? Well, let me show you. Let's make 3 separate tables. For each of them we will choose a different style. Let's copy this part, paste it over here, and paste it again. Let's unzoom so you can see all 3 sections. Okay, so all of them are in one style right now. Let's select the middle parts and choose the medium section. Okay, and let's choose the most right part, and let's choose the dark section. You can see the difference between them. the light, medium, and dark section are divided like this because of the colors. Sometimes you require raw data. You just want the table to be more content. You want it to be segregated for your for the work you want. Sometimes you need the data to be more hidden or maybe better segregated by the colors. So it only depends on the work you're doing. Best of, for most of the jobs you will be doing, use either the light part or the medium part. In my long experience of using Excel, I believe I have never used any of the dark styles. So concentrate maybe on those light ones for your future work. Okay, let's go over to table style options. So this is what I'm talking about right now. Table styles options work for you if you want to segregate data and by simple adding of colors into the columns. Let's say you have a name over here and some number, I don't know, maybe pension or the score of a test of each person. So you have two columns and each one of them says something else. First off, let's maybe change the name of this column. So let's click here and let's say name. Okay, enter. And over here, let's say score. Okay. So I will be just putting in some initials. AS, BD, FG, JH, AJ, IL, ER, DF. Let's see if Excel will allow me to do something here. Yeah, it also works with letters as it works with numbers. Okay, so we have the initials of the names and we have the score. So we want this area to look a lot different than this area. Okay, let's cover this area. We see Excel instantly jumping to the design tools. And first off, we can just mark the first column and let's say the last column, because these three, as you can see, are one separate table because of us copying these two, because this is not one table, these are two merged together tables. So when we are doing the changes, we usually do the changes on the left column. But just for this exercise, let's copy this one, paste it below. Oh, sorry. Yeah. And let's work on this one for now. So, as I said before, we have only 3 columns with which we're working right now. Sorry. So after copying, Excel lost the table marker. So let's redo it. Okay, and you can see Excel actually thinking the first row is the name of the row because we copied only this part. So let's undo it. Let's put in the name above and score. And let's say score 2. Let's cover the area and create a table. Great. Now, as I said before, we want the two first and second column. We want them to look different. So I don't know. Let's maybe choose a different type of coloring, so it will be more visible for you, because that one was a bit unfortunate. So how to do it? The first column. Let's change the first column.
So you can see that the first column is much more visual right now. Let's maybe change the color of the letters. As you remember where it goes. Maybe black, all of them, because otherwise we won't see any data. Okay, we can also change the colors of the tables by just filling the theme colors. How so? Well, because over here you see just table styles. Excel gives you some predefined table styles you can use, but no one says you cannot do any changes for them. So if you want every column to look differently, you can use different colors by simply putting in the color from filling color. Yeah, design. What else can you do over here? If you want the total below of the right last column, you want the total of these ones over here, you can use the total row. This is very useful because very oftenly in Excel you use summing up of some data. Perhaps over here you want the score of your of all of your pupils, and maybe after that you will just count the average. But you can just click here. You can see in this menu to check out any different variations. So let's use the average, and you can see Excel doing this for you. Of course, the name has to be changed by hand. Oh, yeah, because of course. Okay. Because Excel wanted me to let it know if it's supposed to count the letters, and if it would count the letters, well, it's pretty much impossible, right? So let's use the count part. You cannot see it, but yeah. So these are the options you have in the tables regarding the rows part. This allows you to work very easily on basic tables using many options. So for your next exercise, please create a table just like this one. I want you to create exactly the same table as this one. The numbers don't really matter. You can begin with 10, you can begin with 20, it's up to you. Same over here, and the initials also don't matter. I just want you to create a table 3 rows to 13, yeah, to 13 rows to 3 columns. So it will be very easy, as I showed you before. Okay, and I will go on. In the design part, sometimes you want the summing up column as in a different color. This helps you to work with Excel and summarizing the last column. Okay, but I want you to notice one more thing. When we look at table styles, please note that whenever we change anything over here, the table styles changes with this. So if we choose the header row, not only it changes our header row, but also it changes the table styles header row, because these are the table options. So basically you are working on all the table styles at the same time. So if you want to paste a new table style, it will be optimized by you over here. Let's use the total row, also the banded row. Well, this allows you to work with every row separately, because maybe let's change the style. Oh, sorry. Maybe let's change the style of this chart into something else, so we can see the changes. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so basically only this one changed because beforehand we overrode the design table styles by hand, which made Excel to lose focus on these two. Everything you do by hand in Excel, so basically if you change the color of any of the cells or any of the tables, tells Excel that I want this cell, I want this column to look like this, and even though I'm changing the table style, please leave this table, this column, or this row, or whichever part you choose, separate from the table style. Okay, but I was talking about the banded rows. What happens is every second row looks different. This allows you for easier visual recognition of each and every row. So if you have names, it's much easier to find the proper name you're looking for, or if you have any numbers, it will be much easier for you also to find the concrete number you are looking for at the time. Okay, so what if we want to resize this table? Well, first off, to resize the table, we always have to remember that we have to choose the top row. If we click at the table, you can see over here the Resize Table button. So I will try two things. First off, let's just choose the table, resize it by choosing a separate part, let's say like this, okay? And what happens here, as you can see, the range you have specified is invalid. The header must remain in the same row, and the resulting table must overlap the original table. So basically what they're saying is, we did not choose the top row, okay? So the top row from this table is over here. So what we have to do is choose this part, resize it like this, and over here, and okay, it should be fine now. Okay, so right now, the table ends over here, yeah? See? This is your table right now. This is your sum, and, well, let's see. This is your total, yeah? Excel creates the function of the counting of the numbers. So this tells you how many cells are above here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exactly. That's the count function. But this is functions, so let's leave this for now. Yeah, so your table looks like this. You can always go back to the original size. Let's choose it again. Let's go back to design and resize. So, can you do something like this? Well, no, because you wouldn't choose the top row, and the header row wouldn't be associated with these data. So it will put out an error. Exactly. Let's talk a bit now about the Insert tab. How will this work? Okay, what you need to understand is you can basically insert anything you want here. If not the exact file, you can always insert a link in Excel to any type of files you want. So, for example, if you wanted to insert a picture, that's absolutely possible. If you wanted to insert any type of links, any type of shapes, any type of screens, you can even put in a snapshot of this screen inside of this file. It's not a problem. Okay, so how can we insert, let's say, a basic picture? And by the way, please redo everything I did before as another exercise. Yeah. Let's say you want a picture over here. Okay. Click the picture button as I did before over here. One simple click is enough. Right now I have some sample pictures from Microsoft Windows. It offers any type of pictures, basically everything that Windows has built in. Let's choose one. I don't know, the koala looks nice. And insert. Okay, right here you can see the picture showing itself. Let's zoom out. Yeah, great. So we have the picture of the koala. Let's resize the picture a bit by grabbing the lower right corner. You can resize the picture to any size you want it to be. So grab and drop as usual. You can, by left clicking on the picture, you can move it anywhere you want. It's absolutely up to you. Let's move the picture where we wanted it. Zoom in a bit. Resize it some more. Yeah, and we have to go over here. Okay. So please do the same. Please insert any type of picture. You can search for them in your files over on your left. Over here you can see this is basic Windows 7 Windows. So over here you can see various subfolders. Choose a picture, just find maybe in the library pictures and public pictures, sample pictures, you will have probably the same or slightly different pictures because they are standard for Microsoft Windows.